Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. Well, just thought I'd do an interesting historical sort of look. And the idea here is to show how people have developed this concept of concealed pocket carry going back 200 years. And it's been something that humans have been interested in for a long time. Having something on you, anything on you, when times are real tough, beats the heck out of not having anything. And let's look at what I've got here for you. I think this should show them off pretty well. Starting over on this side, this is a early cap and ball pistol that you spin off the barrel, put in your powder and ball, then spin it back on. This is a wrench to tighten it up. And then put on a cap and away you go. This is just a typical tamp it in cap and ball. And here's a pepper box. Those are all pretty interesting examples of it. In the middle here, we have the original revolvers from 1850 or so to 1870s. This is the first one. This was the only legal one amongst them. What do I mean by that? Well, Smith & Wesson had the use of the Rollin White patent on the bored-through cylinder, and this is what they did with it. This is a number 1 Series 2, I think, revolver. Then around 1870-ish, when that patent ran out, everybody and their brother moved in on that particular design. So we have Colt, Ivor Johnson. This is Harrington and Wesson design. And this is not a revolver. This is actually the first design of Frank Wesson. And it's a tip-up like this. The Rollin White patent only covered the bored-through cylinder. It didn't cover a bored-through barrel and open breech. So this could also be used back then. These are all in 22 short black powder. Has to be black powder because it's low pressure. Even a modern low pressure 22 short would blow these guns up. Well, then we move on to today. And this is today. This is an Astra, also in 22 short, by the way. I have never seen this particular model anywhere else, but I know a story of the fellow who brought it home from Spain. So, and I might tell that tale someday. And this is a Beretta. Berettas are also known for the same thing Frank Wessons are, a tip-up barrel. This one is in 22 long rifle, and it's a good quality little pistol to carry. This is a WTH, a Walther WTH, which is in 25 auto. It's the only 25 auto I own. And I just got it because it's just such a cool historical find. It's a bit busted and I need to do some repair work on it, but finding parts is, shall we say, difficult. And these last two are North American Arms mini revolvers. This one's in 22 Magnum and this one's in 22 long rifle. Very popular. And by the way, this is what I carry mostly as my backup gun. I carry a Ruger and then I carry the 22 as a backup. But anyway, this is just an example of, for 200 years, what mankind has used to protect himself. It's interesting, these guns here were predominantly muff guns for women. A muff, let me get it back up here. A muff is an interesting thing. It's usually made out of maybe a rabbit fur or maybe, did that turn it on or off? Nope, that turned it on. This thing, for some reason, keeps going off on me, and I don't get it. I went and reformatted this in this GoPro, and it still doesn't. Anyway, as I was going to say, these guns here are predominantly muff guns, they were called. Muff in the 19th century meant something totally different than the word means today. Then it was a cylinder of fur, usually rabbit fur if you're poor, or ermine or something really fancy if you're rich. and it's for a young lady to put her hands into to keep them warm in the wintertime. Well, it would be easy to have your hands in there with a gun in it. And in the event that some ne'er-do-well comes to do you dire woe, you would have something to discuss it with him with. And it's always better to be able to discuss things than to submit, I always say. Anyway, that's about all I've got to say. Happy trails.